everyone. We're going to title this a real shit message, but I honestly don't know what it's going to be. I needed to jump on here and tell you I'm shaking right now. My heart is like beating. I just received an immense amount of confirmation from Aphrodite Stone, the Starseed Healer. I have been following her for quite some time. I found her when I was in San Antonio. You that have been following me, you know I share her videos often. Well, not often, I would say, but I don't share a lot of people's videos. So I share hers. That's one of the few you see me share on, like, is when it pertains to like spiritual information. And she just did a live and I received so much confirmation. She even uses many of the terms, and this is how you know when it's real. Like, even me and the ones like me, I would say even especially the ones like me, need confirmation. And that is because some things are so far out, seemingly left field, that there are not a lot of people here on that level, on that frequency, that are even able to tap into that. Or should I say, the ones higher above, or as she calls them, the galactic. I don't know what to call it. Y'all know I'm not into the titles, and also don't know what to title a lot of things. As I tell you all the time, I was born this way, and so I didn't even know that there was terminology for many of these things until very recent years. And we're talking like, 3-4 years ago. I didn't even know there was terms for a lot of these things, and so I'm still learning. But anyways, as she says, the galactic, she calls it the galactic something, I can't remember. Anyways, I'm gonna link the video in the comments below so that y'all can watch that if you feel compelled, if you feel inclined. So yeah, I received a ton of confirmation. Like I said, even the words that she was using, the particular phrases that she was using, I have been saying since January, and then quite a bit in March, and even recently loaded a video for y'all to go back and watch from May 17th, every video from May 17th on, and telling you like how important all that information was, and how it was able to connect the dots now. And so in this live that she just did, it was so much confirmation for someone like me, and maybe even many of you, I'm not sure, but I suggest, if you feel inclined, and to watch that. So yeah, I wanted to jump on here mainly to say that, because I feel super, just almost relieved. Like, I'm not insane, someone else sees it too, and that's how, like, me and this woman do not converse. Like, for me to be doing my thing over here and her to come with that today with the same energy and the same, well, not the same energy, y'all know what I mean. It's not, we're not the same, but the same frequency, the same information, the same phrases, the same things that have been coming through with these booming messages. It's like, I don't know, I have chills everywhere. It's like how you know it's real, And I think sometimes, again, we need that. I know I do. I've been needing that. And, I feel like I was led to that because I needed confirmation, because again, you don't have a lot of people to bounce these things off of, and they seem really out there. Like when I'm telling somebody, like, we unlocked these tunnels, when I'm telling somebody that, I saw the portals, I saw the entities, I saw the dimensional beings that have been trying to come through, they're ugly, I saw them, they're searching, they're trying to collect, they're coming through and through. Like when I'm telling you, I'm seeing these octagon shaped people bringing these deals on these slabs and these altars, opening up these portals, when I'm like going to places in Canada that I've never been, when I'm going over here to places in, Egypt that I've never been. Like when I'm doing these things, it's like, yeah, she might need a straitjacket and a padded room, It's seemingly really out there. When I'm talking about the shadow people, when I'm telling you about the portals, when I'm telling you, even she went so far as to say, remember, the bathroom is a portal. And if you remember, if you follow me, if you really watch these videos, you remember what I say about the bathroom, the toilet, the water. She talks about the water. She talks about, I don't know that she said dark water, I think I said dark water, but like, it's just, you cannot mimic that. And I know she doesn't watch my videos like that, so it's just a relief to know that not only is someone else getting it, understanding it, confident to put it out there, but also that they are feeling it and receiving it at the level that you have been. It's comforting. It's comforting. You know, we've been talking about, breaking away from toxicity. We've been talking about breaking away from, even the toxic. So here's the thing, like when you're attached to something, or someone rather, you have this connection, and then they're attaching themselves to toxicity, and they continue to make these toxic, I'm hearing, arrangements. Like these are contracts and arrangements that they've agreed to. Low frequency, seeking out low frequency. And you feel as though you have an obligation to this particular connection for whatever reason. Maybe it's someone you've been with for a very long time. Maybe it's a family member. Whatever reason you feel as though you have an obligation to stay connected to this particular being, situation, person, whatever. And they continue to make contractual agreements with more toxic connections. It is very hard and it hurts. And we've been talking about this to break away from those things. We've also been talking about things coming back from the past and having to make a logical decision and a very hard decision to not let it back in. Okay, that's why I said from May 17th on, but really from January on. But the ones from January, there's a few like powerful, like here it is, and I believe they're real shit. And then they're sprinkled in. But from May 17th, every video thereafter has been a collection of pieces of information that have been coming down in very hard hitting. I don't know how to describe it or how to label it or title it. But it, like I said, I just feel so much relief right now. Like it is like a fresh breath of air. Like somebody gets it. Not just somebody gets it, but somebody's getting it. Like it isn't just me. I'm not crazy. I'm not seeing things, I mean, she even talks about, things becoming more physical in this realm, which I've been saying. It's not like some of us have always felt it and seen it. It's different. I don't even know how to explain this. Like I see shit all the time. I hear shit all the time. I feel shit all the time. But I'm also highly aware that not many other or no one else in the my immediate vicinity is able to see that, hear that, feel that. Okay, it comes through in a way like I'm very aware that it's coming through from a different place and not necessarily detectable to most, if any, on this particular plane of existence. That being said, when it starts to become very visible in this particular realm, it also looks different. So now it's like your eyes and ears perk up, like, oh, that's different. Yes, I've seen that energy. I've felt that energy, but now I can see that everyone else can see that. Like things are getting bold. She even talks, she mentions something about that. So, and it's not just the bad getting bold, it's the good too. Okay. King of Swords in the upright. It's so much is making sense. So much is being put together. I'm hearing put back together even. She talks about the reason I clicked on the video so fast, and I shared Beyond the Veil, which I had unsubscribed from or been, because I don't remember unsubscribing from them. But when I found one of their videos, like I just got notified in the middle of a live. Actually, I think that live was like almost 2 hours in. I was there for maybe like 4 minutes and the stream got cut. They came back for 3 minutes, enough to run the intro. The stream got cut. And the reason I clicked on, because it was labeled something like time loops, tunnels, or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Something about time loops. So I clicked on super fast because this is what's been coming through for me, as y'all know, since January. And then, yeah, when I went back to keep clicking on it, I noticed I wasn't getting notifications. So it was really odd. And so whenever I finally got onto the video, I noticed that I was unsubscribed. So I subscribed. It was just really weird. And so when I saw her video, which has something about time loops, tunnels, interdimensional travel, and stuff like that, I don't remember exactly the title. Again, I will link it in the comments. But I immediately clicked, like, this is it. This is real. Other people are experiencing this as well. And I've been talking about the portals. I've been talking about, like, the other night when I said, we are the portals. And I kind of like did like this. I was like, well, we'll discuss it in another video, because what they were showing me was Donnie Darko. And if you go back in my videos, I've referred to the movie Donnie Darko a few times when it comes to time loops and portals. And Aphrodite, again, she doesn't talk about Donnie Darko, the movie, as a reference, but she does talk about the level of consciousness where we jump time and portals and shit like that, which I have been discussing with y'all. I even went so far as to tell you that, like, whenever you're born in this, it's very hard to maneuver in this space and stay present, because you are just kind of everywhere, essentially leaving you nowhere fully. And so we practice very hard to kind of balance that. And it suddenly something happened. I want to say it could have been January, somewhere between January and April, where it was very hard to do that again. Like, I even describe how I'm driving down the road and I can feel myself in multiple places, more so than others, where I'm really able to not even pay attention. I even compare it to, like, sort of feeling intoxicated and not feeling very safe behind the wheel in those places. So it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And this may seem like a ramble and it may be jumbled and all over the place, but I just felt like I had to get on here and confirm for myself and confirm for many of you that it's not just me. It's not just you. Like, this is something that's coming and has been coming, okay? The Hierophant. This is a much older energy, a much wiser energy that's now entering into us, where we're able to hear it very loud and clear. There's a lot of communication happening right now on different levels, okay? This is the council, which I've been mentioning the council for several years, in particular these last few months, and she calls, I wish I could remember what she calls it, the galactic something. Anyways, if you watch the video, you'll see. It's not the first time I've heard her say that, but it was just interesting. It was one of those things that kind of perked my ears. She talks about the plants. She talks about the birds. She talks about the fucking flies. And now we climb, and now we feel solid. Like, this is real. Sun in a reverse position. Also, there's a need to not let everyone know everything, a need to, like, not give knee-jerk reactions, which I've been talking about, a need to let things kind of play out as they will, to not have such a reaction or allow people to make you react. There's something about the reactive space that's been coming through, okay? And she also talks about the Hanged Man in the reverse position. She talks about the major shift in perception, the Two of Cups in the reverse position. I want to talk about this real quick because I've been talking about a lot of people needing to break away. Equally Yoked came through the other night as well. And then, like, I've talked about people that are charlatans, like calling out the freaking charlatans. Even the other night in the live, I talked about these people that are calling themselves out. They're showing their true colors and they don't even realize that's what they're doing. They're basically giving you everything that you need to see that they are a fake, that they are a phony, that they are a mimic, that they are a mock-up. I talked about this, and the ones that don't even know their spiritual power are more powerful than the ones that are out here every day making videos and having these retreats and having these, these guided meditations and these things that it's like this like new age kind of path. And it's not just new age, it's in other things too, but it's like there's a lot being revealed in this space, a lot being revealed that actually doesn't want to be revealed, okay? I believe that it's up to you. And this is why I want to say it was either at the end of April or the beginning of May. And I even reposted it in a video in the comment section of something that I wrote on Facebook about your internal compass guiding you. Okay, now more than ever, your truth being so much more important now than it possibly ever has been, because of the massive shifts and things that we're going through. The massive shift that your quote unquote normies or regular people are going through. Okay, just because they're sleeping doesn't make them any less powerful. Divine timing and everything. Okay, there's a time that they needed to be asleep. Also, in the past, I have talked about encrypted and coded information that we brought through here to be unveiled and revealed at a certain time, and some of these people had to stay sleeping so they would not be, let's say, probed, okay, or prodded at. I don't know the word, but it's like, so they wouldn't be poked at, so they wouldn't be bothered. Like, they're walking around with crazy amount of information within their DNA, within their codes, okay, that they could not be privy to because it had to be kept in a safe place. I hope that makes sense to you. And so in this video, she talks about something very similar about, the ones out here doing the most, not necessarily are the ones that are the real ones. And the ones out here that don't claim any of it, don't understand any of it, quote unquote, not awakened, are the ones that have the real power. Okay. And I have spoken about this. If you go back and watch my videos, or if you've been following me for a while, this particular video, like a lot of her videos give me some pieces here and there, and I share them with you all. But this particular one, even I've had goosebumps since I pressed play or record, whatever, you know what I mean? This particular one said so much to my soul. And I've been doing a lot of conversing with my team. I call, people say, when I say they're telling me, and everybody's like, who is they? What is they? How do you know that's not your own thoughts? She even somewhat addresses this in the video. Whereas with some particular downloads, it is not there's no way to mistake that for your own thoughts. And she discusses that. And she even discusses they, as in not knowing what to call them. So just calling them they, being a particular or a completely different being. And also, when I don't know about her, but when I say they, it's not even necessarily the same beings every time, right? So when we channel, we're getting information from, for me, okay, I can only speak for myself. When I channel, I open it up for everyone, but I don't really have to open it. I've been more had to practice on shutting it down so I can be a functional human being in this construct. I've talked about this a lot. So for me, it's just about, kind of going to my norm, but it is like an open antenna that just kind of, beams all networks, and then you try to quickly sift through to get the messages out, which can be extremely overwhelming. It can be draining. It can be can almost feel like you've drank, a pot of coffee in under a minute, and then all of a sudden, like in the video, she starts burning up inside. It's like these things I needed to see. I needed to see all of these things. It meant so much to me to know that other people experience this, and not only do they experience it, but they understand it, and they feel so confident in it that they are willing to take it forward for those to hear. And she said something about that, about those hearing, let them hear. She didn't say exactly that, but she says something close to that in the video. And if you watch my last few real shits, where I'm fuck it, I don't care, whoever's gonna hear this is gonna hear it. I mean, it's so something that I needed. And I feel if it's like this for me, then likely many of you, no matter what level or part of the journey that you're on, it's likely that you are feeling like you need some sort of massive confirmation as well. Page of Swords in the reverse position, Five of Cups in the upright. Again, it's going to hurt. I've been saying this with the Ten of Cups, but it's not sitting right. There are things that we have to let go of, that we don't want to let go of, again, for whatever obligation we may feel that we need to have or that we should have. And it's almost like this fight between heart and mind, right? Heart, mind, soul, spirit, whatever. It's like this tug of war. It's like, here's what I know needs to happen on a whole level that I can't even describe almost. But also, here is what I know is acceptable and expected of me within this particular construct, and it hurts. It is going to hurt. And she talks about this pain and this hurt in her video. I really, really suggest that you go watch that. Because, and also I feel like, I always tell y'all, and I believe this is something that I've heard her say as well, to never just believe me. Always go do your own research. And just because I'm able to do something or I do something a certain way doesn't mean it'll work for you. This is why I don't do classes. I don't do workshops. Also, I just don't feel like a teacher as well. I believe that my teaching comes in a different form. It's more of just like people observing, because I don't know. I just don't have it figured out. I just don't believe I'm a teacher. And also, I don't want to be responsible, even though I know like I am anyway. I mean, responsible for others' choices and things that they do or dive into. It's a whole thing, and I've talked about it before, but it's like, how do I say this? I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to convey it. I just know that it's needed. I just know that it's needed. And I know that these things that are very uncomfortable for us also are needed. You know, but it's like when you're getting surgery, right? Because you know that it's the best thing for you. It's the best option, right? So like, let's say you're getting cancer cut out of you, or you're getting a biopsy, or you're getting back surgery, or it's like, those things are extremely painful. They come with a lot of anxiety building up to the surgery, okay? They come with a lot of healing process after the surgery. There's a chance that you may not make it through the surgery with the anesthesia and even the stress on the body. There's all of these things that you know are the absolute most uncomfortable things that you're about to go through, and yet you also know it is the best option for you at the time. Same thing with cutting out these things. It comes with a lot of anxiety. It comes with a lot of hurt. It comes with a lot of pain. It comes with a lot of healing. It comes with a lot of trust and faith that needs to happen. But you know it's the best thing for you, and it's the way that you're going to be able to go forward in the best energy and also elevate, because that's what we are ultimately trying to do. We are ultimately trying to live this experience and learn. And, you know, I don't want to get into each person's particular reason why they came back here. It's many things for many people, and even many things for each individual. So, but overall, we are here to excel. We are here to thrive in whatever it is that we're doing, right? Like, so the only way to get there at this point, it's just this it's a massive shedding is what it is. And, you know, for those of you that have been with me for a while, I don't know if I know I've talked about it on very personal levels, but me and my serpent, you know, she shows me a lot, and there's been this like crazy amount of shedding and eating in the spiritual realm, and these transformations that have taken place, they've just been happening more and more, and even more intensely. And it's like, if you don't have to do anything. That's the thing. You do not have to do anything. Free will is a thing, all right? But if you don't, it's going to be, if you think it's uncomfortable now, try to resist it. We're waking up. A lot of people are waking up from this nightmare. A lot of people are waking up to what is there, what has been offered. It's like no more distancing yourself from certain things. But that being said, we're also having to detach from certain things so that we can be closer to other things, if that makes sense. Lots of messages coming in, lots of messages coming through. quick, fast, and in a hurry. I feel like at this particular time, if you're able to go with the flow, there are now more than ever more answers than there are questions. And part of that has to do with something that she mentioned in the video, which I have never been able to put into words. So I don't consider myself that great of a speaker. I have a lot of information that I don't know what to do with because I don't know how to convey it. And so when I find people like Beyond the Veil, even though I don't agree with everything they say, or Aphrodite Stone, even though I don't agree with everything she says, when I find people that are able to speak in that manner, I cherish it. And when I find a message that I don't know how to put into words and they've done such a beautiful job, I will always give it to you and say, hey, go watch this, or go look at this. This is it. This is what we've been looking for. I just don't know how to convey it. And so if you are able to go with the flow, if you are able to get in this energy and ride the wave, so to speak, you're going to find that there are so many more answers than there are questions. And part of that is because these particular energies, and this is what she mentions, these particular energies that come through in this way, they do not really allow you to question. It is a quote unquote dump of information, okay, that doesn't really allow you to stop and question it and debate it and have this like, it's basically, as I described it, and I even mentioned in her live chat, I feel it as a one-sided conversation where they just keep pushing through, okay, and they don't really allow you to. It's almost like this feeling of like, no, it's not time to question. You wanted answers, here we are, we're here, we're giving you this, and you can sift it out and sort it out later, is kind of how it comes through. So if you're able to ride this wave, if you're able to get on this level and agree with it and go forward with it instead of fighting against it, you will find in this energy that you are getting more answers than you are questions. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope you got something out of this. Again, link in the comment section below. Love y'all.
Gina, she's so spicy.